Welcome to Vow Glow with Pastor J. My name is Juliana Anakeugu. This is a conversation on before and after the vow. If you watched the last video, that is loving a divorcee, you remember that I talked about the fact that in this video, we'll be talking about loving a single parent. Now, single parenthood could be from outside of wedlock, or it could be as a result of a marriage that has ended. So there are some people who are single parents as a result of having a child outside of wedlock. That is, they were never married to their partner and they have children. This could be in two ways. A single parent would either be in custody of the children or child, or without the custody of the child or the children. That means that a single parent could be this person who doesn't have the child or children with him or her, but the person sending support from afar. If that is the case, there isn't very much to it, because the person just needs to send the support from afar. There is not much of other kind of involvement, like emotional or psychological involvement. But if the children are living with this partner of yours, this person that you are going into a relationship with, or you are in a relationship with, and the person has children from a previous relationship living with him or her, and this person, whether they were married or not, but the person has the children living with him or her. If the person was never married and the person is in custody of this child from a previous relationship, you want to get into a relationship with this person, you need to come into this relationship to play the role of the other parent to the child. So you become the other parent to this child. Or if the person was married and for some reason he finds himself or herself single, probably as a result of the death of the other partner, or a divorce or separation from the other partner, and this person you are in a relationship with or going into a relationship with is in custody of the children, then you're coming to become the other parent to these children. First, I want you to know that you come into this relationship with one mindset. You're going to be a parent to this child. So you're going to treat these children as if they were yours. You make this decision and you tell yourself that I am going to treat this child or these children as if he or she was mine. Remember that when you make that commitment to yourself, or probably to your partner, the child is not the one making the commitment. So you go into the relationship treating the child as if the child was yours, but the child may not treat you as if you were his parents. When that happens, do not become discouraged. It is your commitment, not the child's commitment. So do not become discouraged and begin to say that after all, the child is not treating me like this. Because trust me, you will encounter that. The child is a child and has not come to terms with the fact that you have just come into his or her life and you're taking the place of the other parent. The child may be happy about it. The child may not be happy about it. So be prepared that the child will not necessarily treat you as his or her parents the way you think you want to treat the child as your child. So prepare your mind and do not be discouraged by the child's disposition. Whether the child reciprocates your gestures or not, just keep doing what you are doing, remembering or keeping in mind that the decision to be a parent to this child is your decision and it is your commitment, not the child's commitment. So do not work with the child's behavior or the child's attitude towards you. That means you have to be patient. You have to be very patient with the child and keep being a parent to the child, whether the child reciprocates your treatment of him or her or not. Number 2, limit your complaints about this child to his or her parents. What am I talking about? I said the child does something wrong and you want to quickly rush to the parent, to your partner, that is the real parent, the biological parent of this child, to say this child has done like this, or this child is acting like this child is doing like this, or these children are like this, these children are like that. When you do that, it will seem like you want to pitch the parent against the child. Two things are bound to happen. It is either the parent will begin to feel some form of resentment, thinking that you are trying to pitch him or her against his or her child, or you're trying to cause trouble with the child, or that you're complaining too much, or that your partner, who is the child's parent, may want to respond to your complaints by reacting to the child's actions or inactions. When that happens, the child is going to begin to see you as the enemy. The child is going to begin to see you as coming in between him or her and the parents. And so you're going to have to begin to deal with that situation where the child begins to resent you, or your partner begins to resent you, believing that you're pitching them against each other. As much as possible, try to handle situations yourself. Try to resolve situations yourself. Try to correct. Try to lead, guide, and parent on your own to the best of your ability, all the while keeping the interest of the child at heart. Remember that parenting methods differ. The way you know parenting may not be the way the child's parent knows parenting. So the child may not be used to your method of parenting. So, but whatever method you are using at all times, ensure that it is in the best interest of the child. So, for instance, if you come into this space and you find out that the child is being overindulged and you want to become the firm partner in this equation and ensure that the child respects boundaries, the child handles responsibilities, executes chores, carry out chores, and do what the child needs to do. You are putting your foot down and being firm in the interest of the child. Now, at the end of the day, everybody is going to come and appreciate your effort later on, even if they do not see it now, even if they think you are being high-handed. So long as you know that it is in the best interest of the child, so long as you know that if the child were yours, it is the same thing you would do to the child, just go ahead and do it, and explain to your partner that whatever it is you're doing with the child is not because you are trying to bring problems, or you're being troublesome, or you're being a difficult person. You are just doing what you think is best for the child as far as parenting goes. So do your utmost best to ensure that whatever you are doing is in the interest of the child. You're teaching the child life skills. You're teaching the child how to navigate situations. You're teaching the child to carry out chores at home, how to be responsible, how to grow age-appropriate chores and age-appropriate responsibilities at home. If that is what you're doing, do your best to do it yourself with the child and explain to the child, have a conversation with the child in a friendly way, in a motherly or fatherly way between you and the child, and let your other partner, that is the parent of the child, know that all you are doing is to ensure that the child is raised properly. Ensure that it is in the best interest of the child.
What does it truly mean to be an irresistible woman? It's about purpose, impact, and transformation. In this powerful guide, Pastor Juliana reveals the keys to securing lasting peace and stepping into your destiny. Get your copy today at www.beulahministry.org. God bless you.
Number 3, at all times, whatever you are doing at all times, ensure that you are doing service to God. See the raising of this child as raising a soldier for God, as raising an instrument in the hands of the Lord. Raise a child as unto the Lord, so that at the end of the day, God will look down on you and be pleased that He placed you in that space. You came into their life for a purpose. You came into the equation for a reason. God knows that you were needed there, whether as a man or as a woman. The child needed a father figure. The child needed a mother figure. That is why God brought you into that space. And so whatever you do, ensure that you do it to the glory of God. Ensure that your actions are actions that heavens will be pleased with, that God will be pleased with, so that even if the human beings do not see the quality of what you are doing, they do not see the good in what you are doing, your Father in heaven will see your heart and will see your effort and will know that what you are doing is in the best interest of another human being for the sake of God. A human being that God will be proud of in future. As the child grows up, God will look at the child and be proud that he sent you there, and be satisfied that he sent you there, and the assignment he sent you there was well executed. So when you go into the life of a single parent, do not try to take away the parents from the child. God is sending you there to be the other parents to that child, and not to take away the parents from the child's life. Remember that the child needs his or her parents, so do not take away that child. Do not go and become a competition between you and the child and for attention from the child's parents. Do not begin to compete for attention. Remember always that it is not a competition between you and the child. It is a parenting role that you are playing. Do not go and try to place your children above the ones you are going to meet in that home. Probably you got into that home and you have your own children. You have married the person, the parent of this child, and you have your own children. Never try to take away this parent from the other child, and instead ensure that parent is only paying attention to your own children, giving all the attention and giving the favors and everything good to your children, sending them to better schools, giving them better things, ensuring that they have the upper hand, and you ensure that your children, even though they are younger than the children you met in the house, but you put them above their older siblings just because you are the parents, you have influence over their other parents. Never do that, because when you do that, you are going to be pitching yourself against God, not against that child. And it is God that you'll be contending with, not against that child. So when you go into the life of a single parent, remember that God is putting you into that space to be the other parent to that child. Whether you have your own child or not, be the parents that God will be proud that you raised a good child for time and for eternity. Let me know what you think in the comment section by dropping your comment. If this is your first time in this space, do not forget to subscribe, like, and share. Thank you for being a part of this conversation. God bless you.